Hey guys, it's Core Ross and World 6 News. Today we're looking at the increase in punishment for people detected with Mousetrap on console for Rainbow Six Siege. And this punishment is quite a fun one because it's going to put the cheaters into PC lobbies. But in today's video, we're going to break down exactly what that means. So first of all, Mousetrap is an anti-cheat on console to combat spoofers who use an adapter to use mouse and keyboard on a console, and as a result, they get the controller recoil rather than the mouse and keyboard recoil. So of course it then means these lower skilled players are able to compete at higher ranks. And I'll just remind you that Rainbow Six Siege is a pretty brutal game for controller players because there is no aim assist whatsoever on controller for Rainbow Six Siege. So it just comes down to pure skill with the sticks to compete at all. Now, as a PC player, you might be a bit concerned that in your ranked games in the future, you might find that one of your teammates is actually one of these cheaters who's been caught by Mousetrap and they're trying to now get around it and come back to the console playlist by using controller, and that would put potentially a detrimental impact on your ranked game on PC. But thankfully, you don't have to worry about that. So there's two steps to the implementation of this new punishment system for Mousetrap, and as far as we know, this is all going to be arriving in Season 3 of Year 9, which will be around about August. So the first step is going to be the reputation system steps in and says you can no longer play the ranked playlist to these cheaters, and they have to play either quick match or standard, and of course they will have to play with controller in order to at some point in the future return to the ranked playlist. But also when the ranked playlist becomes unavailable, this cheater will also be put into the PC player base. And that means that this player will then find themselves limited to standard and quick match and locked off from the ranked playlist. So thankfully for PC players, you're not going to end up with a teammate who is a console player who's been banished from their player base, as that ranked playlist will just simply be banned from them, and you'll find them in the standard or quick match on PC instead. Now, of course, why don't they do a full-on ban for these cheaters? If they're going to call them cheaters, why aren't they banning them? And I'm presuming, again, the system is still not perfect and it's still going to catch legit controller players, which means they're going to end up with the latency that it activates and also potentially get pushed into PC lobbies. Now, thankfully, it does appear that false positives are reducing. I've not seen much of it reported at all now, but it still happens from time to time. So full-on bans are out the window if you're going to even catch a few legit players. And then ultimately, I do like this approach, pushing them into PC lobbies. I think that's pretty good, and just banning them from playing ranked, I think is perfectly good. And we'll see how robust it ends up being, and that will be quite a while away. This is also a feature that I could see getting delayed a little bit longer. Now, another feature that's coming this year that may work on both console and PC is Match Cancellation 3.0, and this is automatic cheater kick. And what this seems to do is automatically figure out if there is indeed a cheater in the game, and then it will cancel that game. This could work on console, but it looks like it's probably most likely a feature for PC games and to combat, of course, hackers. But it could easily be tied into stuff like DDoSing or Mousetrap. And this could help you have much more legit ranked games, as soon as it detects any cheat, it will instantly end that game. And of course, right now, Rainbow Six Siege is having, I would say, three major issues. It's got a cheater problem, and it's got a cheater detection problem, which is the big bad part right now. And it's also had major trouble with the servers as well, which I'll make a video about separately because I know what they're planning to do next on that. And then, of course, it has a problem with the TDM meta right now, where the game feels more like Call of Duty than a tactical shooter. And then when it comes to these words that have been given over in the roadmap, they're great, it's really nice, but it'll definitely come down to implementation and how well it all works. For a console player like myself, I don't think Mousetrap is as successful as the developers say it is. And of course, I don't have their numbers to look at. I have simply my gameplay and the people I've talked to about it as well. But it's great to see that they are attempting to push things over. The only problem, of course, is that most of this stuff is way off in the future. We're going to have to wait to get to it, if it does arrive on time, if it doesn't get delayed, and we'll just have to see how it all plays out. But at least they appear to be pushing things in the right direction. Anyway guys, let me know what you think about this all in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time.